All right, hey guys. We had a little bit of a tech issue, so we had trouble getting on. Hopefully our connection is going to stay good. Say hi in the comments, guys, as you join. Let me know you can hear and see me okay. I'm actually getting ready to go do some meditation and my daily exercise. So I've got my hair thrown up, I got my gear on, I'm ready to go. So nothing gorgeous or spectacular today. So hop in, say hello, let me know who's here. I've got some notes. I'm super excited to share these things with you guys today. I'm going to give you, go over the 4 things that I do to, really stay in massive momentum in my business, but working 20, 25 hours a week, give or take. And also being able to do that and fill up my programs. Hi, Rebecca. Awesome. So give everyone a minute to kind of pop in here. We sort of had a tech issue, so it took us a minute to get on. Hopefully the connection stays good. Okay, awesome. So let's talk about this. I'm excited. I want to share with you guys 4 things. I got some really good notes here for you guys, so I'm excited to go over these with you as I prepare to go in and do some yoga today. Okay, so one of the things that I want to share with you, the first thing that I do, in my practice to be able to stay in momentum and work 20, 25 hours a week, there are some things some foundational pieces that need to be in place, some things that I have just found for me work really, really well. So one of the first things that I do is I'm always working on my confidence and my clarity, right? So I'm always making sure that everything I do in my business is really, really intentional. Everything that I do in my business, I do it with intention. I have a specific outcome that I want to have happen, and I want to be able to take really focused action that's very intentional throughout every day in my business. Prior to really working and making my confidence and my clarity like my number one goal in my business, prior to that, I was dabbling in a lot of different things. I was bouncing around from one thing to the next. I never really knew day to day, like, what activities should I focus on? What things should I be giving my attention to? What needs to happen to hit a certain goal? And in fact, a lot of times I didn't even have a lot of goals in place. I didn't really know what I even really wanted to accomplish. I just knew that I wanted to grow my business. I wanted to get clients and make some money. And so I was just kind of all over the place and dabbling in terms of what I spent my time on. And so my content creation felt dreadful, to be honest with you. I would spend hours creating one email to my list and it didn't even feel that good. Like I would send it out and be like, meh, like that didn't feel that great. I also would spend a lot of time on strategies that did not feel good to me. Like I did not enjoy doing them. I didn't like doing them. I didn't do a good job at them. They didn't get me results. Is my lighting good, guys? They didn't get me results at the end of the day either. And so I started to have a lack of confidence. I started feeling like I'm working really hard. I'm doing a lot of things, but nothing is really working. Like the things that I'm doing are not producing results in my business. They're not moving me forward. And so, that takes a hit to your confidence. And so practicing, really being intentional with not just your strategies, but the way that you show up in your business. If you're going to do a Facebook Live, what is the intention behind doing that Facebook Live? What is the purpose of doing a webinar or a Facebook challenge or emailing your list? Like getting more in alignment and being really intentional so that the time that you're putting into your business is productive, it feels really, really good, and it produces a result at the end of the day. So I'm really big on my time. So I love to have a good routine and a regimen to follow. I like to be able to have freedom, and I don't want to be tied to my desk. I don't want to be tied to one-on-one sessions. I don't want to feel like I have to be the bottleneck and working in my business every single second to make money. I want to have freedom to be able to spend time with my family. I want to have freedom to enjoy our homes and our lands that we have purchased. I want to have time in the summer to garden and take my kids places and enjoy the weather. We live in Maine, so for those of you that are familiar with the East Coast, we have very limited sun. We have very limited warm weather. It's not a lot of time. So when that weather is here, I want to enjoy it. And I don't want to be trapped in my office. So, you know, I do have a family. I do have a busy life. I do have a lot of self-care practices that I'll share with you guys too. And that stuff takes time. And so I can't be tied to my desk all day, every day. I cannot be constantly working in my business. And so I have made sure that the way that I work on my confidence and my clarity allows me to be more focused in my business. It allows me to have a path for the outcome that I want to achieve. And I'm very, very clear on what that outcome is. It's very intentional. If I want to create $10,000 this month, I'm going to set very specific action steps that I'm going to take every day in my business to make that happen. And I'm not focusing on anything else. If I want to grow my list by 500 by the end of the week, I'm very focused on why I want to create 500 new people on my list, what I want to do with them, what experience I want them to have, and then what action steps I have to take every single day to get that many people on my list in a week, right? And I'm not focusing on anything else. So being really intentional, very clear on your goals, what it is you want to happen in your business. How do you want to be showing up in your business? You know, do you want to work every day? Do you want to have the weekends off? Do you want to have evenings off? Do you want to be doing one-on-one sessions, you know, in your business? And when do you want to do those? How many clients do you want to work with? So just setting clear intentions. And you can do this so easily by journaling. Like, I don't sit down every day and say, here's what I'm going to journal about, or journal for hours. I just pull out, like, I have a couple of these pretty notebooks. I don't know if you can see it. I have a few of these, you know, they're just lined. And I go in, open it up every day, and I just say, here's my intentions for today. I don't think I have mine in here for you guys. I'd show you, but my journal is like, here's my intentions today. This is how I want to show up in my business. This is how I want to help my clients. Here's what I want to have happen. Here's how many sales or new clients I want to sign up today. And I want to sign them up in this program. And I just set my intentions for the day. So I'm not focusing on what do I want to have happen this year? What do I want to have happen in the next 6 months? I'm just breaking it down every day and saying, you know, here's my intentions for today. This is what I want to see happen. This is how I want it to happen. And this is the experience. And then I'm able to just focus for like 4 or 5 hours throughout the day. And then I have the rest of the time off. And I actually don't even start my day until probably about 10. I'm on the East Coast, so I start about 10, between 9 and 10 in the morning, just depending on, you know, my routine for that day. But I am not glued to my desk. I am not working all the time. Monday through Thursday, you know, I work from between 9 and 10 a.m. and I am off this computer and I'm done working by 4, sometimes 5 with my mastermind clients, but I'm done. I have one day, every Monday is blocked out for content creation. So on Mondays, I actually don't work in my business. I don't do any team calls. I don't do any client calls. I don't do, like, anything in the business, no emails, no nothing. If anything happens on Monday, it's automated. Monday is my day to be creative. It's my day to set my intentions for the week. It's my day to create any content that I need to create for the upcoming week. It's my time to think about the vision of my business and where I want my business to go. It's my time to think about any new programs that I want to launch or fill, or any new ways I want to work with clients, or if I want to hire new team members. Mondays are my day to do that. So I'm actually not even working in my business on Monday. So Tuesday through Friday, those are my regular working days. And Friday, I'm actually out early. I usually always leave early on a Friday. Tuesday through Thursday, those are my main working days. That is when my 4 or my 5 hours into my business a day is completed between Tuesday and Thursday. Friday is kind of an optional day, and Monday is all content creation. So from Tuesday through Thursday, that is where I'm getting my 20 to 25 hours into my business, 3 days a week. The rest of the time, it's my time. It's optional. It's my time. It's creative space. And I think that this has been a game changer for my business, because during the week when I'm working, I don't want to be focusing on creating, because that's not money producing. It's not revenue generating. Creating content, creating PDFs, putting together sales pages and working on content, that stuff does not generate income. And so during my 4 or my 5 hours a day, Tuesday through Thursday, I don't want to be creating, because I'm not going to create any clients or any money that way. I'm not going to grow my list. Like, nothing in the business is going to happen. There'll be no growth activity in my business if that's what I'm doing with my time. So really setting your intentions and getting clear and confident on deciding what you want your business to look like. What does that look like for you? How do you want to show up in your business? What is your schedule, your ideal schedule? What does that look like? You don't need to wait until you're working with a bunch of clients or making a ton of money to do that. You set that foundation right now. And then as you start getting more clients and your business grows, you already have a really good schedule for yourself. You got to find a way to be more productive during working hours. So you really should set working hours for yourself. The other thing that I do is, in order to really build up my confidence and be really clear on and intentional on what I want to have happen in my business, I surround myself with people that are going to help me and encourage me to do that. So I do that in my business, and I do that in my personal life. I really eliminate toxic people and things from my life. So sometimes that includes my kids. Sometimes that means that my kids are being a pain in the ass and they are bringing down my energy, or they're having their moments, which we are all entitled to, but I don't want to be around it. Or, if I'm in the middle of a launch, or I'm trying to record videos and I'm trying to get into a zone, sometimes I have to remove myself from environments. Sometimes I have to leave my house and go have some creative time somewhere else, maybe at a cafe or at a location here local. Or sometimes I have to ask my husband to take the kids and get them out of here, right? Sometimes I have to tell my husband, get out, like, go do something, because you're just bringing down my energy, right? So it's not always people in my working environment. Sometimes it's in my home life, right? Sometimes it's my mom or my brother or my sister or my aunt or somebody, right? And like I said, sometimes that means separating myself from my kids or my husband to get the time and the space that I deserve and demand to focus on my business at my highest level. And so really thinking about, who are the people and the things that you need around you that are going to inspire you, that are going to keep you in the forward, the moving forward position, and allow you to step into who you really want to be, like the way you want to show up in your business. If you have people in your home or, that you're connected with through work that are kind of Debbie Downers, or they're bringing you down, or they're draining your energy, they're stressing you out, right? Or they're keeping you out of alignment, then you have to find a way to either eliminate them temporarily or permanently, or remove yourself from the situation and go elsewhere. So, really setting the intention and being really focused on, that when you're working in your business, that you deserve to have that space for yourself. You deserve to gift yourself some uninterrupted time where you can step into that higher version of who you really want to be in your business and eliminate anything toxic around you, whether it be temporarily or permanently. I have removed family members and friends from my life permanently because not because I feel like I'm better than them or anything like that, but we're going in different directions. And I know that for me to have a big impact and to help a lot of people, I have to be able to have a big impact in my own life and help myself, right? So I can't do that if I have people around me that don't believe in me, that discourage me, that bring me down, that stress me out, that cause my environment to, keep me playing small and second guessing myself. I can't have that energy around me. So I don't know if you're like me. You can tell me in the comments if you are, but I pick up people's energy and I tend to carry their energy. onto me. So other people's problems become my problems. Other people's low energy become my low energy. And so that has been kind of a struggle with me and my husband for many years. He gets stressed out really easy with certain situations, and I tend to carry that myself. So if he's stressed out, I'm stressed out. If he's upset, I'm upset. And we've had to really work hard to find a way to not pick up each other's energy like that in a negative way, and to find a way to continue to live under the same roof and not carry that. So really it comes down to being really aware of yourself, and understanding that people are going to have their own energy, they're going to carry their own beliefs on things, and it's really none of your business, right? So if my husband has a bad day at work, I support him, and I'm there for him, and I encourage him and stuff to change his attitude, but I will not carry his energy, and I don't expect him to do that for me when I have a bad day. And so just really setting boundaries, setting intentions for what this is going to look like, and removing yourself if you have to from the situation. So that's the first step, is really, really getting that clarity, getting that confidence, and setting those intentions and boundaries in your business and in your personal life. So you're setting yourself up for success, because business is hard enough. You don't need any outside distraction coming in and kind of messing with your mind, because business will do that enough by itself, right? All right, so number 2, the second thing I do is I focus on one big goal at a time. So some people will ask me, how do you do that? Because it seems like you have many offers going at one time. And I do. But I focus on one big thing at a time. So, like for example, right now we are focusing on preparing to launch for my Momentum Mastermind program, which is a year-long mastermind, right? So right now, since the beginning of this month, and this will go through till the end of April, our big goal and focus is to fill the mastermind program. It doesn't mean we won't have other offers. It doesn't mean that we won't, do any list building. It doesn't mean that we might not have some smaller offers. We absolutely will. But our big focus, our main intention and goal is to fill that program by the end of April. So we have very clear dates and timelines and goals on how we're going to accomplish that, by when are we going to accomplish that, and then what do the numbers look like? How many people? What is the income goal? Like, what do we want this to look like? And what is my availability to make this happen? How much do I want to work? How much do I want to show up? What effort do I want to put in to make this happen? And then what things need to happen that I don't want to focus on. So that would be things that I would have to delegate, I would have to automate, or delete. So I have a triple D process that I use in my business when it comes to getting stuff done. And the first thing is decide on it. The first D is decide on it. Is it something important? Is it something that needs your attention? Is it something that needs to be done, set up, created, whatever? Then the second D is delete it, meaning that if it is not really that important right now, if it's not in alignment with that end goal, if it's not really something that we need to put any attention or focus on right now, get rid of it. Put it to the side, get rid of it, stop focusing on it. And then the third D is delegate it. So this is where you're going to look at if it is something that needs to be focused on, it needs attention, that it is part of moving you forward, it's going to work you towards that end goal, then maybe you need to look at getting it off your plate if it can be done by somebody else, and having somebody else focus on that. So really, again, being intentional with what are the things that you're willing to do in your business and not to reach certain goals, and then set yourself up for that success. So rather that be that you need to set up a system, maybe you need to upgrade a system. Maybe you need to hire a VA. Maybe you just need to refocus and figure out your goals and get some things off your plate. So really looking at what that needs to look like. The other thing I do is I sell every day. So when I say I sell every day, that doesn't mean that I am coming on and saying, buy this, sign up for my program, sign up for my program. A lot of people don't even know that Momentum Mastermind is open right now for enrollment. A lot of people don't know because we're not heavily promoting that. We're doing some behind the work stuff. We're doing some pre-launch stuff, and we're doing a lot of outreach to people that we know belong in the program. So we're not heavily promote, but we sell every day. I do that by reaching out to people, by personally reaching out to people and having them come get on a phone call with me where we can talk about working together. I follow up, so I spend time following up with other leads. I am doing, free webinars and free content that just give value and help people. That usually by itself produces sales, but I'm selling even though I'm not asking you to buy anything. I'm still selling something, right? I sold today to get you to show up here on the webinar. It's a free webinar. There's no pitch. But I had to sell I had to sell to you to come join me here in this time, right? If you give out a freebie, if we do a webinar and give out a free PDF, that's selling even though it's a free item. It's still selling. Okay, we're selling the idea to get people to take an action. And we do that every day. So I email my list every day. I do a Facebook Live or a webinar a couple times a week at least. I have social media posts going out 3 to 5 times every single day on all my social media platforms. I am doing follow-up once a week at least. I am on outreach calls or outreaching, connecting with people personally and talking with them. I do that every day, 3 to 5 people a day, minimum. Sometimes we do 100 to 200 a week. Depending on what we're really trying to fill, depending on what our goal is. And so it's really just making sure that, if you have a goal right now to hit $5,000 a month, if you have a goal to hit 10 or 20, it's saying, okay, what needs to happen to do that? And then you focus on those things and you're not really focusing on anything else during that time. If you want to enroll, let's say 3 or maybe 4 or 5 private clients into your one-on-one program or your done-for-you services, what is it going to take to do that? What are the things you need to do to make that happen? And then get rid of everything else. Use the triple D process to figure out who needs to do what and what out of these tasks are actually things that are going to move us towards that goal. And then you eliminate the rest. The problem that I'm seeing in the industry is most entrepreneurs are they're consuming so much information and different strategies from so many different people that they're trying to be masters at all things, right? I call it the Jill of all trades. I used to try to master everything, be everything to everyone. It made marketing really, really hard, and it wasn't very easy to stand out and get clients that way. So really just kind of honing in, niching down, getting really clear on what it is you need to be doing to hit a certain goal, and then get rid of the outside stuff and just focus on that. So getting really good at less is more productive, and it will get you to your goals faster than trying to do sales funnels and set up sales pages and build up your website and email your list every day and do a Facebook Live and master webinars and do all of these things when half of that is not necessary, at least not all at one time. So again, it's really just setting those intentions of, write out a list. What do I need to do to create $5,000 or $10,000 this month or this week? What do I need to do to get 5 people by the end of the week into my one-on-one program or to sign up for my done-for-you services? What do I need to do? And then write that list, do a brain dump, and then just figure out the 3 to 5 things that have to be done to reach that goal, and then decide out of those 3 to 5 things, what are your things, and then what can be delegated out or given to somebody else, right? So it's just, again, being very, very intentional, being strategic instead of trying to say, okay, I want to create $10,000 this month or enroll 3 new clients. So I'm going to do a webinar. I'm going to do a Facebook challenge. Let me create that sales page. Oh, let me update my website. I should probably update my social media profiles while I'm doing that. Let me write out this, checklist thing over here. I'll create a free PDF, all of this stuff. And then before you know it, you've half-assed a whole bunch of things that are not moving you any closer to your goal. And now you're feeling burnt out on top of it. And definitely probably frustrated, stressed out, not making any money, not getting any results in your business. Let me make sure I'm sharing everything with you guys that I wanted to. And so, I think what the biggest things that I do is really making sure I have that confidence and the clarity, really clear intentions. I'm always reaching out to people. Like I said, sometimes it's 100 to 200 people a week that I will personally connect with and somehow either get on a phone with me, get them into a private message with me, or some sort of connection outside of like just being on social media. Sometimes it's just 3 to 5 people a day. It just depends on your goals, right? We always set dates. So we want to fill Momentum Mastermind. That's our goal right now. We want to fill the Momentum Mastermind with 25 people. 2 weeks ago, we leaked it just a little bit, right? And we got 12 spots full. So we're almost halfway there. And so for the rest of this month and through the end of April, we have a goal. Our goal is to fill the rest of the spots by the end of April. So we are focused now on what needs to happen to do that. And we're looking at what do I need to do and what can my team do? What can other people do for me? Or what systems do we need to upgrade or implement or put together in order for all of this to happen by that date without me having to increase my effort? So I still don't want to work more than 20 or 25 hours a week to make this happen. I still don't want to work more than that. So we have to really be strategic with setting that plan out. And so it does require us to be visible. It requires us to give value. It requires us to be really consistent. So email the list every day. Do Facebook Lives, do webinars with great value, good free content. Make sure that I am reaching out to people and connecting with them on a personal level, getting them on the phone with me and having those conversations. Spreading the word about my Momentum Mastermind and why it is a program that certain people should be in and what is so amazing about the program. That's our job. So that's our focus. We're very clear on that. So we're focused on that one big goal right now. Now, in the meantime, to get people into it, there will be smaller offers to lead people into it. So we're using different strategies to talk about momentum. So if I just came on here every day and did a Facebook Live and all I did was talk about Momentum Mastermind for a month and a half, you guys would be sick of it and I would be sick of it. I wouldn't want to talk about it anymore. You wouldn't want to hear about it. And so we split it up. We spread it out. We do a free webinar on a totally different topic. And at the end of the webinar, it leads into Momentum Mastermind. It makes sense. We do a Facebook challenge on a totally different topic. But at the end of the challenge, it leads into Momentum Mastermind. We do straight up sales emails about the mastermind. We might do a Facebook Live on something totally different, leads into the mastermind. So we're using different strategies to lead people into the end goal, but we're not focused on other things. So our goal is not to fill all these other programs. It's just to use other ways to get people into the main program, the end outcome, okay? The other thing, the third step. So first step is clarity, confidence, really setting intentions. The second step is get honed in and focused on one big goal and what needs to happen to hit that goal and by what date, and then stop all the other stuff. Step 3 is really building relationships. So I like to build relationships with, like I said, a minimum of 3 to 5 people, really 10 people a day, but maybe sometimes 100 to 200 people a week. And here's the thing with that. I'm talking about building relationships with possible clients, possible collaboration opportunities with other experts. I'm talking about publicity. I am talking about coaches and mentors that might be able to come in and help me. I'm talking about possible additional team members. So I'm talking about a lot of different types of collaborations that are going to support me in my business and move me towards my goals. So my goal with building up these connections on a regular basis, it's not just about finding clients. It's about me getting the support I need, so finding the people and surrounding myself with the people that can help me reach my goals and do what I want to do in my business. It's about creating opportunities with other experts that's going to put me in front of an audience, that's going to position me as an expert and authority that otherwise would take me a long time to get in front of. So building relationships, because when you do that, when you spend a lot of time doing that while you're doing sales activities, you're going to hit your goals faster. You're going to position yourself a lot quicker in the industry, and you're going to get in front of audiences that are going to help you in the long term as well, not just this one goal that we have here by the end of April, but we also want to look long term, right? because we're going to have another big goal after April. So you always want to be building collaboration opportunities. You always want to be connecting with other people. You cannot create success by yourself. You cannot go out and reach all your goals and make all this amazing stuff happen all by yourself. You need to have the right people in your circle. You need to connect with the right people. You need to invite the right people into your community. You need to get yourself some support. You need to support other people. You're going to need systems and team. You can't do this alone. So one of the things that I'm always focusing on is creating relationships and collaboration opportunities, and going to people that know more than I do or that are further along than me that could help me, right? Always looking at how I can do that. I always have a coach or a mentor. I'm always making that investment so that I'm always fully supported and I have what I need to hit my goals. When I'm investing, when I'm playing at a higher level and showing up at a higher level and I'm having a big impact in my life, then I can help my clients do that. But if I'm always playing small and trying to do everything by myself and hoarding my money and in fear and lack mindset, then I'm only going to attract those people and I'm not going to be able to help my clients if I'm not doing it myself. So I always recommend you have a coach or a mentor so that you can step into a higher version of yourself and then you can have a bigger impact and you can help more people. Okay, so let me see, what else? Oh, and yeah, we always try to create opportunity to bring new leads into our business because you can only exhaust what you have right now so much. And the more your business grows, the more money you want to make, right? So the more money you want to make is going to require a bigger Facebook group or more connections on your Facebook group, a bigger email list, right? So the more that we grow, the more people that we need in our communities, right? So a daily focus here at Sell Like a Rebel is to build our email list. It's to build up our community. So that could be through boosting Facebook posts or lives. That's through collaborations with other experts and leaders. It's through sharing a lot of great content on the social media platforms that we're already a part of. It's getting the people we're already connected with on social media over to our email list and vice versa. It's just like getting ourselves out there in front of our people as much as possible, as often as possible, and give as much value as possible. So that is a daily practice that I highly recommend everyone incorporates into their strategy. But you can't build your list broke. You need to be doing sales activities simultaneously. So at the same time as building your list and building collaboration opportunities and giving value and putting yourself out there, at the same time you have to be doing the sales activities. Okay, the fourth thing is having an inspired structure. So structure is not something I've ever had in my life. If you know my story, I grew up in 8 foster homes before I turned 8. In every one of those homes, I was booted out. Nobody wanted me. I was abused and neglected and malnourished and abused in each one of those homes. And so the one thing I never had was structure. I never had that. We had no routine. There was no structure. Every day for me was different. I didn't know if I was going to get moved that day. I didn't know if I was going to have a good meal that day. I didn't know if I was going to get abused that day. I didn't know if I was going to be thrown out and put in another foster home. I never knew what my day was going to look like. And so once I grew up and I had kids and I started my business, I didn't have that structure. And I wanted it, but I really thrived on spontaneity. I thrived on no schedule, don't put anything in the calendar. I don't want to do anything at a certain time. I don't want a routine. I hate routines. I hate checklists. That was my mindset. My husband always used to say, let's write a checklist for the groceries. And I'm like, no way. I know what we need. We'll go. We'll just free shop. I know what we need and what we don't have, and we'll do it that way, because I hated the idea. I was scared of the idea of having a checklist because I felt restricted and I wasn't used to that. And I think that we fear what we don't know, right? So I didn't know what it was like to have a checklist, a routine, an actual schedule. I think for years, the most schedule that I had was if I had a doctor's appointment, and I even rescheduled those all the time because I hated the idea that it was at a certain time in a certain place. with my kids, they had, school. They had to get on the bus. They had to be to school at a certain time, and they got off the bus at a certain time. That was probably all that I had in my life that was somewhat scheduled. But I realized in my business that too much spontaneity does not work, right? It promotes resistance. It promotes, procrastination. It promotes you to be all over the place and dabble in a bunch of things. And it really creates a lack of consistency. And so all of those things do not go good with business. You have to have consistency. You need to be somewhat structured. People need to know what they can expect from you and if they can rely on you or count on you. And so having a really inspired structure is important. But I had to find the balance between, I want to set a schedule and a routine in place, but I don't want to be restricted. I don't want to feel like every day I have to be doing this at this time, or every week I got to be at this location at this time. I didn't want to have it to the point where I felt like I didn't have freedom, or where I felt like I'm so restricted to my desk, I don't have time to do anything else, right? So I created an inspired routine or schedule where I set things up to happen certain days, certain times, so consistency, but it didn't require me to sit at my desk all day. So what that means is if I'm going to do a Facebook Live, I can do it from anywhere I want. Nobody says I have to do it here in my office. I don't always have to do it right here. I could do it in my car. I could do it in my backyard by my garden. I could do it out in my front yard. I can do it around the fireplace. I could do it around, the airport. I can do it wherever I want. But I got to do the Facebook Live. I can do a webinar. Okay, but I can do that any way I like. There's no hard, fast rules for me. If I'm going to do my social media posts, I'm going to schedule them out. Some of them I do manually, yes, when I'm inspired to do them. But other than that, I take the inspired content I've previously created and I put them and I repurpose them and I auto-schedule them. So my great inspirational content that is super valuable is still going out and being repurposed, but I don't have to sit here at my desk and do it all day. Same thing with my emails. I create my content on Mondays when I'm inspired, when I have creative time to think, and when I feel like doing it, right? Schedule it out for the week ahead. And so when that content goes out, it's inspired, it's in alignment, it's aligned with my goals, it feels good. But I'm actually not even sitting at my desk during that time. And then there's those moments where I have my inspirational content, and that is when I get a download, I feel inspired to share a message, and I do it, but I do it in a way that feels good for me. Sometimes it's hopping on video. Sometimes it's an email. Sometimes it's a social media post. Sometimes it's a Facebook audio. I do it however it feels good for me because I only create and deliver content when I feel inspired to do so. And so some things have to be automated, but I always automate the inspired content I've previously created. So I'm always repurposing. I don't just put stuff out there to put stuff out there. That doesn't feel good. It's not productive. It doesn't actually work. The other thing, let's see, I told you guys before, I have one day a week that is content creation, and that's on Monday. So on Mondays, I'm not doing anything else. I'm focusing on creating content for the upcoming week. So my newsletters, my solo mailers, my emails, any opt-in pages, sales pages. If my team needs something from me, if I got to create something, I'll do that. If I'm doing a webinar, we'll make sure we get the slides down. Things like that, social media posts or any Facebook Lives or drafts or outlines. I do 3 to 5 priority tasks a day. So like I said, I map out, okay, what are the 3 to 5 things that have to be done today? And do they need to be done by me? So if not, who else can do them? And then what are the things I have to do? And I focus on those 3 to 5 things a day, but I might do other things after those are done. So that's kind of how I structure it. The most important things are first. And I usually don't have myself do more than 3 or 5 things a day because, that's a lot and I don't want to work 10-hour days. I do a morning journal, a morning exercise. I eat my breakfast and I shower. So today I did not do it this morning. I'm getting ready to do it today, right now, here in a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my 3-mile aerobic exercise. I'm going to go take my shower, and then I'm pretty much wrapping up for the day with my mastermind clients. But typically, normally I get up, after my kids are off to school, I journal, I do my intentions, I set that clear for the day. I go do my 3-mile aerobic exercise. I hop in my shower, take a nice steam shower, clear myself out, get my essential oils going throughout the whole house. I sit down and I eat breakfast, and then I start my work day. That is my typical day, Monday through Friday. So that is how I'm able to, feel energized and feel healthy and feel good and feel like showing up and supporting my clients. On days that I kind of skip that, because we all have our days, life happens, those are the days that I have a crash by like 11 or 12. I feel tired. I feel not really motivated. I feel a lack of energy. I'm not really creative or flowing creatively. On those days that I'm not doing those things, I'm just totally out of alignment. So it's really important that I maintain that consistency with that. The other thing is, like I said, a lot of self-care. So I do not come into work before 9 or 10 a.m. I do not work after 4 or 5 p.m. I do not work on weekends. I do not work late in the evenings. I do not work early in the mornings. Sometimes I don't even work on Friday. I'm focused during the time that I'm working so that I don't have to work those other times. So if you work a little bit harder during your working hours and you're really focused, then you won't have to do that later. But if you spend 5 hours a day on your computer and 3 or 4 of it is surfing the internet, Facebook, or watching other people's Facebook lives, or looking at other people doing webinars, knowing you should be doing it, or you're playing in Canva, then yeah, you're going to have nothing done at the end of the week, and then you're going to feel like you're constantly having to work every day. But if you set your intentions and they're inspired, and then you take inspired, really focused action during the time that you're working, you will realize that you can work 3 to 4 days a week, 4 to 5 hours a day, and absolutely make more money than what you're doing right now if you just set that intention and get into that space. There's no need, actually, to work any more than that. There's absolutely no need. We maintain, consistently a good income. I mean, we're going to pull 7 figures this year, and I work 25 hours a week, and I actually don't have a big team. I have 3 people that are on my team, and none of them are full-time. None of them are full-time right now. And so there goes my dog. And so again, it really just comes down to being focused, having that clarity, setting those intentions, and then taking that inspired action. Another thing that I do is I never work on my business when I'm not inspired. So I see a lot of people working on their business, and they'll come to me and they're like, I'm so stressed out. I just put this post out, and nobody even commented or engaged, or I just did this Facebook Live and nobody showed up, or I sent out the email 2 hours ago and I'm so frustrated because nobody's opening it. The problem with that is your energy is so low that you have to understand that people are busy. The whole world doesn't revolve around you. When you do a Facebook Live, when you send out an email, you'll hear this in the industry quite a bit, that doing something once is not enough, doing it 5 times is not enough, doing it 10 times is probably not enough, even 20 is probably not enough. It really just comes down to doing it consistently over and over and over and over again, and understanding that people will come back and hit up your replay. People will come back and comment later. People will open that email later. Like, you don't need to do something and get an instant result right then and there in that very moment. And if you create, when you're in that desperate type of mindset where it's, oh my God, I need people to buy this program, I need people to show up, oh my gosh, I need people to opt in for this. If you're in that mindset, you should not be working in your business, period. You really should not be in your business during that time. What you should be doing is getting a journal, or getting outside in the fresh air, or go exercise, or go eat something, go take a break, go play with the dog. Like, go do something that's going to reset, refresh, and get you back grounded and aligned with what the hell you're trying to do in your business. Because I see this all too often. Entrepreneurs their confidence is down, they're desperate for money and clients, they're stressed out, they're frustrated, they're doing a bunch of stuff with zero intention other than, I'm going to send this email because I have to. I'm going to do this Facebook Live because I'm desperate for a client. I'm going to show up and do this today because I know I need to. And there's absolutely no inspiration to it. There's no intention. And you're really not showing up to help people when you're in that energy, because you're actually just focusing on what you want, which is a selfish act. If I showed up every single time in my business with the intention of, I'm only showing up because I need to make money, I would be broke. I would probably just need to go get a 9-to-5 and I'd never have any clients. That is not inspiring, and it's out of integrity. It's rude, it's disrespectful, it's very selfish. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get clients and wanting to make money, and a lot of it consistently, but you do it through giving value. You do it through genuinely wanting to help people, right? An example is like this live here. I'm not promoting anything. I'm not offering anything to you guys. I'm just giving you value, and I'm showing up and creating space for you. There's no intention other than to do that. And that's why there's no promotion. There's nothing other than I'm showing up here to give you value, to try to inspire you to do something different in your business, because whatever you're doing is probably not working, right? So if it's not, find another way. And I'm just here planting the seed and helping to inspire you to do that, without pitching or doing anything like that. And so again, it's because I show up to genuinely serve people. I want to genuinely help people. And through doing that, people come to me. I don't need to chase clients down. I don't have to go on and do desperate Facebook Lives. I don't have to send any email. I don't have to do those things, because I create relationships with people. I set clear intentions. I'm very confident in what I do. And I show up with the intention and purpose to serve people, with no strings attached. And so when you shift your energy and you get out of this whole, oh my God, I got to get a client, and if I don't, the world is going to come to an end by the end of the week, and oh my gosh, all this fear and lack and disbelief in yourself and this out of alignment is not going to grow your business. You are not going to get clients like that. And so again, it really just comes down to following these 4 steps and making sure that you're showing up in your business the way you want to be, and that your true intention is genuinely to serve people. It's you want to make a difference and an impact in the world, and know that everything you do in your business does not have to lead to a sale. It doesn't have to be a pitch or a promotion. You can give free value and get clients that way. I've been doing it for 15 years. So trust me when I tell you that it actually works better than a lot of the sales things that people are trying to do that are not working, just by showing up. Okay. All right. Let me just see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, other than that, you want to make sure that you're feeling inspired, not pushed or pulled. You don't want to feel like you're forced to create content. So again, really finding a creative time to show up in your business. So, if mornings are not a good time for you, stop doing work in your business in the morning. If mornings don't feel good and you don't like doing Facebook Lives and you're not good energy and creative, don't do Facebook Lives in the morning. If you don't want to email your list in the evening because maybe you're exhausted and you're tired from your day and you can't think of anything to write, stop doing your emails at night. Again, it's just a matter of you creating these intentions and then setting a structure that supports that for you. It is not difficult. You guys make it difficult, but it's really not. It's very simple. If you just grab a pen, a good old piece of paper, just like this, grab a pen and start writing. You don't really need to do anything more than that. Set your intentions, know what it is you want to accomplish and by when, and then what do you need to do to make it happen. Go do that and let the rest go. You don't have to, go pro overnight. You don't have to become the next millionaire by tomorrow. You can take your time and enjoy the stages of business that you're in. Go through the motions. Know that whatever you're going through now is prepping you for the next thing. So embrace it and just go through the motions. All right, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you're hitting up the replay, give me a hashtag replay in the comments. And again, share this out to your friends. Let me know how I can support you, and I'll see you next week.